Do the trashy pulp novels of the world have anything to offer? Are bestsellers all they're cracked up to be? Here at Terrible Book Club, we explore whether you really can judge a book by its cover, or its ridiculous synopsis. You ever passed a book and thought, ugh, who's reading this? We probably are.
Hello and welcome to episode 228 of the Terrible Book Club. I'm Chris, and this is Paris.
Hello.
This time I read From Fan to Family, Embracing Jason Momoa's World by Ligaya, Espina, Cerny. This was sent in by a fan on Instagram who said, your schedule is probably still full, but I have the book to end all terrible books.
Oh.
My father's brothers, cousins, former roommates, teachers, professors, blank, yada, yada, yada. I've anonymized this relationship.
Yes, thank you.
Wrote this about her love, in parentheses, obsession for Jason Momoa, and it's a mess. It's absolutely terrible, and we give you guys amazing content.
All right.
Thanks, fan on Instagram. You were right. You were right. I'm just going to give that away right now.
Prepare
yourself.
I saw this come in, and I was like, Chris, I am saddling you with this because I have had enough of the real world this year on TBC. Now you're going to get a little taste.
That's right. I've been off in Fantasyland for far too long, and I've been given a heavy dose of reality.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you to the fan who submitted this. We just wanted to keep you anonymous given, we didn't ask you and we don't want to blow up your spot. So thank you very much. You know who you are. You special friend.
If this is your first time listening to this show, what we do here at the Terrible Book Club is read books that we assume will be bad based on their cover, title, summary, or some combination of the three. Sometimes, like today, we read books that our patrons, listeners, or friends recommend. So we do the opposite of what most people do in a bookstore or while they're browsing the internet. Usually this experiment results in a disappointing read, but once in a while we end up liking the book. Content warnings for today. In addition to our usual barnyard language, today's episode includes discussion or mention of intense parasocial relationships and cancer/terminal illness. So that's the pairing that we have here. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what you're in for. So now I'm going to hit you with the back of the book summary. This is on the actual back of the book that I have because I have a hard copy of this. I had to go to barnesandnoble.com to find a copy of this.
Yeah, we couldn't find this
purchase
anywhere. It was rough.
Yeah, not even Abe books or thrift books or shit books or whatever. Dumpster books.
Books under my shoe. I don't know.
Book hell. Book hole. Come to the book hole. We got all your weirdo books in the book hole.
If book hole
tossed
isn't a
them
thing,
in the book hole.
Oh, I'm going to be bummed if book hole isn't real. Make book hole real for me. Someone. Make books holes again. Sorry.
This book is a compilation of poems by a fan, Jason Momoa inspired. Jason Momoa discovered a brand of water distributed in a reusable and recyclable aluminum bottle that can help reduce how many single-use plastic water bottles end up in our oceans and other waterways. The mission of Mananalu water resonates strongly with the author who grew up in the Philippines. Jason Momoa's inspiring mission, family, friends, and fans are the primary inspiration for many of the included poems.
Did I have a stroke, or is this how the summary is?
To feel those poems are a journal of Jason's family and friends. Also included in this collection are poems inspired by the author's family, friends, and followers who touched her heart in more ways than she could imagine. The author included an extra section, My ID Family, to show her gratitude for these special individuals. Now, Paris, you might be wondering, wow, that's a lot about Jason Momoa's water company that he started in a book that's a bunch of poems. So the author here is a supporter/fan of Mananalu Water, which is Jason Momoa's effort to reduce one-time use plastic bottles with a sort of confusing strategy.
I mean, I like the idea, but what's the strategy?
Sure, heart's in the right place. It's aluminum cans or aluminum bottles for water. And you might say, that's been a thing since Polar and Liquid Death, and you might be right. But there's an extra twist here in that the idea, at least in its current form, because they partnered with some other company called Boomerang Water.
Okay.
The idea is this. You
throw the can at your friend and it bounces off of them and then it hits you and then, I don't know, less water is consumed. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, that you got the idea. What I can try to figure out, because it's actually a little bit unclear on the Mananalu website.
Weird.
What I think is happening here is you own a convenience store or a store where you would like to sell water.
Okay.
However, you're not a fan of the whole plastic bottles of water thing, messing up our oceans, and you really want to reduce that. So you get Jason Momoa's special water can machine. So people buy a can of Mananalu water. They go out wherever they go and they drink the water.
Okay.
They bring the can back to your special machine.
Okay.
And then you, as the store owner, put the cans through their sanitization and recycling process, and it is then refilled with locally sourced crisp water.
Cool.
Is what it says.
All right.
And this reduces overall carbon footprint of purchased water.
Okay. That sounds cool to me. I'm down with that.
It sounds, you know what? I'm not going to poo-poo this at all. In my estimation, it is for store owners that want to do better if they want to sell water. There's an extra step for the store owners because they have to start the machine and put all the bottles back. But it's not that much more crazy, I think, than just buying bottled water.
Well,
if
I do
you care
wonder
about the planet.
I do wonder though, what the cost is to the store owners, and the fact that store owners have to opt into this. It's a little wibbly wobbly, but I appreciate the thought.
I'm honestly okay, but if I just buy aluminum can water, let's say Polar Seltzer, which is available in aluminum cans.
Ooh, ruby red grapefruit. That's a top tier flavor.
Ruby red grapefruit. Is it any better or worse than throwing the aluminum can in the recycling bin and letting your local recycling facility handle the aluminum and getting it recycled back?
Depends on where you live. In a lot of the United
that's what
States,
I would expect.
It is very difficult to recycle or even get rid of your trash. There are so many places in the U.S. where you still have to fucking burn your trash or drive it to the dump or pay to have the dump process. It's crazy. I don't know what it's like not living in a big city. I am privileged to live in a large metropolitan area. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, aluminum is very, very, it's a great material because it recycles a lot more easily, and more of the material is able to be recycled than things like plastic, because plastic comes in so many different types. Not all of them are recyclable. And honestly, recycling in itself is I don't know if I want to say it's sort of a myth, but it's a whole thing. I'll let another professional podcast explain that to you if you are interested about sort of the hoodwinking that recycling and the individual responsibility that capitalism has placed upon consumers for industrialization and and environmental degradation. You can go on that journey on your own. Maybe I'll put some things in the comments if I remember. But for now, Jason Momoa, water. So she's really into this water company.
Yes. So bringing it back over to the author here, it seems to me that the author is a Jason Momoa fan, and Jason Momoa starts getting on Instagram and being like, hey, check out my new water company. And so she hops on that train. But, everyone's heart is in the right place. Let me be very clear about everything.
Wait, is this a pyramid scheme, though? Did she, give Jason Momoa a bunch of money to get water bottles? Or no? Okay.
It does not seem like that at all.
Okay, good.
It is just she promotes the stuff that Jason Momoa promotes because she likes Jason Momoa.
Oh, all right.
The end. That's the whole story. Right. That's all there is to it. Again, it seems like everyone's heart is in the right place here, and no one's doing anything overtly evil or scummy. I just want to be super clear about that.
Okay. All right. Got it.
So there's characters and setting that we usually do here, but this is, fairly thin. I suppose our characters are the author, Ligaya Cerny, Jason Momoa.
Right.
And then various figures in Ligaya's and Jason's life. Don't worry, we'll be meeting all of them, so it feels redundant to list them here. We'll go through that when we get into the summary, which is right now.
Okay.
Okay, Paris, have you ever been scrolling social media and see one of those fan pages for a celebrity that is just weirdly stretched out thirst trap pictures?
Yes.
And a sea of comments that you could swear are bots or AI profiles, but sometimes are a particular type of insane that can only arise from the depths of human brain meat?
Yes.
At this point, I'm going to start off, Paris, by linking you to a bunch of Jason Momoa fan groups on Facebook.
Okay. All right. That's something I haven't seen.
So these are going to get dropped in the Discord text chat here.
All right.
I'm going to take you through like maybe 4 to 6 of these just to kind of... Okay. Jason Momoa fandom seems to have a particular thing happening with it.
The first flavor, let's say. Okay.
Yeah, so the first one I sent you is Jason Momoa (fans).
I love the poor quality of the images. And like the bad cropping and stuff. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so the first post is from Jason Momoa private fan page, all one word, 45 minutes ago. I think I am looking old and it seems I can't find love, sad face, picture of Jason Momoa looking like a little bit sad.
What?
Like he's taking a selfie from underneath. First comment from Janice, I'm not feeling well today, not at all. Underneath that is Mark Harmon fan page, a picture of a man I'm assuming is Mark Harmon, officially signed a contract with NCIS management. I'm getting ready to play Gibbs again. This new season will be awesome, heart, heart. Can I get some congratulations?
Oh my god.
Underneath that, Jason Momoa is just the name of the person posting this. Is a picture of Jason Momoa in some glasses. He's like got a watch. He's like in a suit or something. Why did you stop texting me, honey? I don't like the silence. It is hurting. Sad face, broken heart. Me, I can't find you on my phone anymore. I want you to text me privately now. If you still love me, I am ready to treat you like a queen and I will love you. Kissy face forever, honey. Heart. First comment from Deborah. Hi, Jason. I'm right here. Text me. I want you to come here and marry us. Underneath that from Deb, I get busy.
All right. So there seem to be a lot of people poorly pretending to be Jason Momoa within the fan clubs is what I'm gathering. And then other people who seem to believe this, which is terrifying.
Sure.
Like I'm looking at this one. I'm looking at Jason.
I sent you a second link.
Okay, I'm looking at Jason Momoa Fans Club 2. And this one, there's a post from JM Vodka. And the post is a picture of Jason Momoa, and it says, imposters have made my life so sad. I'm exhausted from being called names and treated like I'm an evil person by my fans. My fans don't text me anymore or even reply my texts. Please don't ever fall for their scammers and people impersonating me, asking for gift cards or favors. This is my only account. Sad face emojis. Much love, Jason Momoa. Like, they're so obviously not him. Okay.
I want you to click the next link I sent you, which is Jason Momoa Lovers. Also a picture of Jason Momoa as the cover. He looks like he's holding in a fart or perhaps like about to take a shit.
Wow, 73,000 members? Oh my god. Humanity doesn't deserve to exist. Okay, continue.
First post from Jason Momoa. My queen, how do I look without makeup? Heart face emoji. What? Just a picture of Jason Momoa. First comment from Virginia. How's going tonight, sweetie? Underneath that, Jason Momoa love. Same exact picture. Of course, here's a heartfelt and romantic message based on everything you said, cleaned up a little for clarity while keeping your deep emotion and love intact. What? My love, I'm truly sorry. My dearest babe, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say I'm deeply sorry for everything I've said that made you feel hurt or questions. I know I've let negative thoughts cloud my mind sometimes, and I regret ever thinking wrongly about you. You mean the world to me, and I never want misunderstandings, especially ones fed by outsiders or miscommunication, to come between us. So, an AI-written thing where they didn't even bother to delete the top of the prompt where it's like, oh, yeah, sure, here's a heartfort romantic message.
Did you see the one that's just a porn video, like explicit? Like, I am staring at a clip of a woman being fucked right now, and I did not... Wow.
Wait, is that lower on the page? Or
sorry, which one did you just read? What was the caption?
Jason Momoa Lovers.
Okay, no, yeah, I'm in Jason Momoa Lovers. There is a post from Choose, and it is a share from My Sex 2, and it is just pornography. Just
Okay.
pornography.
Well, I loaded these pages up like hours ago, and I'm like relying on the cache thing. So you probably just hit like the fresh post where an AI bot just went in there.
No, this was 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago. Yep.
There you
Lucky
go.
me.
There you
Lucky
go.
Me.
I just reloaded the page, and the first thing I got hit with was a post by Jason Fanchat. This is a picture of Jason Momoa in a beanie and a shirt that says "Kitties and Beer."
Oh yeah, it doesn't even look like him, right? It's so weird.
Yeah. Oh, there's Juice. I see that. Wow. Hey, look at
Yep,
Juice.
there it
Wow.
is.
Okay. I'm gonna send you just like let's do 3 more here. The next one I'm sending you is for real Jason Momoa family, not the fake Jason Momoa family.
Right, the real Jason Momoa family.
Jason Momoa family. You know what? I'm going to reload this page while I'm at it here, just in case there's more choose up in here.
Okay, real Jason
The first
Momoa.
post from Jack M. Mancy. My son is not on any social media right now. Same with my daughter. My mom is not on Facebook. My manager will never message you or ask for money. None of my crew is poor or will need your help. Please be careful. If you want to reach out to me, use the link below. https://t.me Jason Momoa Real 3 with a picture of Jason Momoa. Not a scam at all. First comment, I can't use Telegram. Talk to me privately, please. Underneath that, Jack M. Mancy, stop sending money to those fake managements. My son is not on any social media right now. Same with my daughter. My mom is not on Facebook. It's a different It's a picture of Jason Momoa and Jack Black pointing at each other in what looks like a guitar warehouse of some kind. There's also like a fitness machine behind them. So I don't know what's going on in this fucking storage container.
Storage unit,
that Jason and Jack Black have met up in. First comment under that by Tracy, and you're not Jason Momoa or anyone related to him, so stop. Underneath that from Barbara, awesome. Third post on the page by Jack M. Mancy. Hello, my son and my daughter are not on social media. My mother is not on social platforms. Different pictures of Jason Momoa. So clearly this particular group of the real Jason Momoa family has been completely taken over by Jack M. Mancy. I'm going to send you one more here, Paris, because boy, oh boy, there's a ton of these groups, and they're all basically the same thing, except this one. This one is different.
Okay.
May I present to you Jason Momoa Madness, which paradoxically is perhaps the sanest Jason Momoa fan page group on Facebook that I've seen.
Weird.
Because it does seem to just be regular people posting thirst trap pictures of Jason Momoa and commenting on it.
Okay, I mean that's like I don't love it, but like that's better than a hotbed of scammers and people like believing the scams, so that's fine.
It seems to be directly just like, hey, here's pictures of Jason Momoa and we're all commenting on how hot he is, which fine. That's what the Jason Momoa group fan page I would expect it to be. So I don't know how Jason Momoa Madness in particular was unscathed by madness, but it worked out for them.
Yeah, it did.
So, Paris, that's the flavor of fandom that we're dealing with here. Back to my summary. Actually, before that, Paris, have you had an experience with groups like this, or have you had any friends that kind of like had something like this going on? What is your experience with parasocial relationships, both in your own life and in people around you?
I mean, nothing like this sort of online group-based thing. That's very foreign to me. Like, of course, I know about them. You know, I've seen stuff like this on, you know, like the TV show Catfish, or, you know, you just see these pages sometimes if you've ever had a Facebook page, or even Instagram now too. There's a lot of fakes on both of those, but I don't know. I'm trying to think I don't think I know anybody who's like really into some celebrity or something. I mean, even, you know, there's a lot of podcasts I listen to, but I don't feel like I have a connection to them or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like it's a gray area. There's fandom and appreciating creators that you like and interacting with them, especially in the current stage of things here. We have fans that interact with us pretty routinely. So, you know, this is something that, you know, luckily no one in our fandom has ever seemed like that parasocial.
Yeah, we haven't seen like Paris and Chris fan group Madness 5 or anything pop up, so that's fine.
Please, I'm glad we're unscathed with that.
Oh, you know
have
what?
You ever had...
I was going to say, you know what? I think I might actually be the ultimate. I think I might be the queen of parasocial relationships because I married someone whose music I really loved and was a huge fan of. I did not intend
That's
for that
true.
to happen, but
That's
that did
true.
happen.
See, you're throwing stones in the glassiest glass house there ever fucking was, man.
Yep, that's me. I'm the problem.
Okay, moving back into my summary here. This book's format is that we get like a 1 to 7 paragraph summary of what a poem is going to be about. Usually it's 1, maybe 2. There's like one that gets like a couple extra paragraphs.
That's kind of weird. Poems don't usually have like an introduction. Like, what?
Okay, well, every single poem in this book has that. And usually the way it works is like on that summary page, there's a sort of like semi-transparent picture underneath, like something that was clearly pulled from an Instagram account and like just stretched to fit the page, shall we say. And it's a little transparent and the words are sitting on top. And then after we get our little summary, there is a 1 to 4 page poem. Usually it's 2 pages. There's one poem that's 4 pages on that topic. In the interest of summarizing, I will now list each and every poem and summarize it in one line.
All right.
So hold it. Hang on to your hats here. I'm going to you're going to get the number of the poem. It's not numbered in the book, but I'm giving you the number, the title of the poem, and my one-line summary of that poem.
I'm in. I'm strapped.
Now, Paris, if at any point you want me to read one of these poems, I'm happy to do it. I have pre-selected some to read during the rubric, but if you make me read the ones I've pre-selected before that, great, fine. I don't care. But we can also, pause for reaction. To just feel free, because I'm going to start going. You have to stop me, is what I'm saying. Okay. Are you ready, Paris?
I am as ready as I'm going to be.
Here we go. 1, Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is a perfect creation of God who does good deeds. 2, my babe. My husband is great and I'd be lost without him. 3, versatility. I'm not just a Momoa fan, I'm also a writer. 4, agony. My daughter hasn't spoken to me in 19 years.
Please read that one. I know it's early, but I need to hear the poem. I shouldn't laugh at that. It's more, I'm laughing more out of surprise. I don't want to laugh at someone because their child cut contact with them, but wow, that was a real swing in vibes, let's say, all of a sudden. So I am interested to hear this one. I'm interested to hear this one.
Boy, you're going to get a lot of those. Would you like just the poem, or would you like the 1 paragraph summary and then the poem? They're both short.
Just give me the whole experience, the full experience.
Okay, here's the 1 paragraph summary. Agony. One night, scrolling through my Instagram, I saw a picture of Jason with his daughter, Lola. They looked so happy and loving together. Their joy made me think of my own daughter, my own flesh and blood that I raised, nurtured, and sacrificed for her whole life, inseparably together until she married. Now she hasn't spoken to me in 19 years and does not care if I will live or die.
Whoa.
Agony was the result of that night. It has been too long since I last saw her. I never expected this to happen. Both of my children were so well-mannered before they turned into adults. Something happened when she got married. It was a misunderstanding that she never got over with. I silently suffered in agony. My heart ached every time I thought of her. Despite all my desperate, agonized pleadings for reconciliation, she has never even had the decency or respect to tell me directly what possible sin could make our relationship irredeemable in her eyes.
Okay, I was going to say, that's more of a journal entry than a poem. I was a little confused for a second there.
This is the poem. I never imagined that a beautiful gift, once so joyful, would break me like a shattered glass. The pain is unbearable. It pierces my heart deep. Nothing compares, it's so excruciating. A never-ending agony like burning in hell. It makes me for someone to terminate my life.
Whoa.
What have I done to endure such persecution? My body can no longer bear it, and my soul. The torment goes on and on. My heart cannot endure. So agonizing. Happiness is absurd. I can only hope that one day it would finally dislodge by a miracle. May God grant me.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
So, like you said, real sharp turn in tone. Let's continue.
Yeah.
With number 5, Stranger. What if Jason Momoa showed up and declared his love for me? 6, In Love.
Okay.
This is what I think Jason Momoa felt like when he met his first wife, Lisa Bonet. By the way, if you didn't know that, Lisa Bonet, much older than Jason
Yes,
Momoa, to the point where
that.
supposedly,
I did know that. What's the rumor?
supposedly he like saw her on TV when he was a kid and was like, I'm going to marry her, but who the fuck knows?
I don't know
if that's
about that.
real or not.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But you know.
Yeah, they were
Sure,
married for quite a
yeah.
long time, weren't they?
Yes, they only recently divorced in like 2024 or something.
Yeah,
is what I found
yeah.
out in research for this book.
Makes sense,
Okay, continuing. Number 7, not a princess. What if a prince fell in love with someone who wasn't a princess? 8, my brother Ibok. My doctor is very caring and goes above and beyond for me, so much so that he feels like family.
Okay.
9, my Valentine. It's Valentine's Day and I love my husband. 10, the angel. Someone in my life that I met on Instagram helped me escape an abusive situation with my first husband. 11, 1 in a million. My husband is younger than me and some people disapproved, but he is great. Also something about someone else trying to date Ligaya at some point. Maybe it's confusing. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
12, the dazzling stars. Stars are beautiful.
All right.
13, just waiting. People in comas are in between life and death. Learning this in clinical training was interesting. 14, Crystal. Crystal is someone I knew that I helped by giving them a place to stay while they were transitioning from one job to another. I wanted to adopt her when she was a toddler.
Oh.
15, my confidant. My therapist helped me with my depression and fibromyalgia diagnoses.
Boy.
16, older brother. My former boss was close to me, so close in fact that when he was diagnosed with cancer, he moved into my house and we helped him with his treatments. He died while I was away visiting my sister, unfortunately.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay.
17, moon and stars. The moon and stars are beautiful.
All right.
18, Mr. Bob. My landlord was a cool guy who let me rent a place after he met me for the first time, even though he'd promised it to someone else, and he'd also put aside some of my rent payments as a possible down payment on the place if he ever wanted to sell it.
Okay.
19,
All right.
Jan. My friend Jan helped me and my dad out when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and my dad was diagnosed with cancer. Jan is wonderful. COVID got her, though.
Oh, wow. This is just a lot of trauma.
Are you feeling it, Paris?
Jesus.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a little rough.
Yes.
Rough.
20. Okay, Google. Google is like a friend to me. It helps me with so much. Thanks, Google. 21. Connie Lemke. Jason Momoa's mom is a strong woman who raised a great son. 22. Mabel Lemke. Jason Momoa's grandmother is a strong woman who raised a strong woman who raised a great son.
All right.
23. The Green Stone. My birthstone is a green peridot, and I share that with Jason Momoa. It's a cool stone.
Okay.
24. Red Cardinal. Red Cardinals are messengers that show up when a loved one has passed away. 25. In his own time. It was sad when Jason Momoa's friend Travis was diagnosed with terminal cancer and eventually passed away. I prayed for him like Jason asked.
Okay.
26. Lola. Jason has a daughter who is probably a strong woman. 27.
That's weird.
Jason has a son who is probably a strong man.
Oh, no.
How are you feeling, Paris? I'm just doing a check-in here.
I don't know. I'm wilting, man. I'm like half bent over. Oh, it's rough.
This is heavier than you thought, right?
Yeah. It's a bummer.
Okay, 28. Travis. Jason's friend Travis is great because he's Jason's friend and was strong while having terminal illness. 29. My angel, Irina. Irina is my friend who also loves Jason Momoa that I met when I was helping ask for prayers for Travis on social media. 30. Heidi. Travis's widow, Heidi, must be a very strong woman to deal with the husband passing away from cancer and having children as well.
Okay.
31. Another realm. Humanity sucks and ruined the earth with global warming, and there's probably an alternate dimension version of humanity that didn't do that. 32. Darkness. I get lonely at night and it fills me with longing to be close to someone. 33. Cool breeze. Keanu Reeves is also a cool guy like Jason Momoa.
I mean, yeah, sure. So now we're just choosing any actors to write poems about for reasons?
That's after all of like the tragedy shit. So like you get a real hard turn to, by the way, Keanu Reeves, also cool.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is the vibe shifts are so intense. It's kind of disorienting and almost painful.
Yes. Continuing with number 34, my inanimate friend. Guitars are cool and don't judge you or play games with you. They are therapeutic.
Wait, guitars?
Yes, she's a guitarist.
Oh, okay.
As we will soon discover.
Oh, all right.
35, the world's beneath. The ocean is full of life and should be preserved. 36, gray wolves. Gray wolves are endangered and should be protected. They only kill if they have to. It's probably your fault if you pissed off a wolf enough to have it attack you.
Okay. All right.
37, Maxie. My nephew Maxie is precious. 38, Gemmo. My nephew Guillermo is a hard worker who helps with the family business. 39, Gustavo. My nephew Gustavo is a dedicated servant of the Lord. God. I guess they're Mormon because it mentions the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Oh, okay. That's a weird twist to this whole weird dream we're in. I didn't expect that.
God is very present. I'm really glossing over how much God is in these poems. 40, Jun. My brother-in-law is also cool. 41, Diadema. My sister is also cool.
Oh, good Lord.
42, pure imagination. I have a strong imagination that helps me come up with poems and marketing ideas for Jason Momoa's water business that I have no real part in.
Okay.
43, Cecile. I knew a French lady who was also a Jason Momoa fan that disappeared off social media. I wonder where she is.
Can you read that one? Because that seems like a crazy thing to write a poem about, or like a difficult thing to write a poem about.
Let's find Cecile.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're not at the end yet.
So there are 68 poems. This is 40.
I know. I've been counting. Don't worry.
Okay. Here's the summary. There's a picture of the Eiffel Tower behind this paragraph.
Of course.
As Jason Momoa's fan, I can meet people from all over the world. This lady is from France. Her name is Cecile Blanc. We communicated for a long time until she moved to Italy for a job. She lost her Facebook account, and I have been looking for her ever since. I pray that someday she will be able to find her way back to me. I saved all the old emails she sent me. I cherish the bond we had. She was one of the women I became very close to so quickly. She was very kind and loving. We even plan to go on vacation together someday. I miss talking to her, even though it has been over 5 years since we last communicated. And now the poem. The biblical meaning of her name, Cecile, is blind. Although it denotes the absence of sight, her disposition shows a contradiction. Her eyes perceive only beauty and positive behavior. We never met, yet she begets love and happiness. She is generous with her compliments, while others were envious and jealous. She was the opposite. She shows only sincerity and kindness. Our friendship, without a doubt, came from heaven above. She helped me recognize that I am loved. She has a sweet spirit that one can immediately sense as she speaks of hopes and bright future. I look forward to her messages daily, which fills my soul with positive energy, a dear friend, who I am so grateful that she came into my life just in time to save me from being lonely. I pray for us to meet someday.
Okay.
So if you notice some stilted line breaks there, I'm just trying to add a little bit of a pause every time the line changes over, as you might with verse.
Not necessarily. I mean, the approach to poem reading varies, let's say.
What's interesting to me is, for example, in the line, our friendship without a doubt came from, that's one line. Next line, heaven above, capitalized she helped me recognize that I am loved. So there's just like this weird capitalization that happens like mid-line, as if she meant that line to start with she, but then for some reason that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's really odd.
Hey, what were you going to say? Sorry that I interrupted.
No, it's fine. I'm just confused by the whole Cecile means blind, and I was like, I don't know. Is that
nearly
right?
Every poem that has a person's name in it starts with the biblical meaning of this name is this. All of them.
Well, but Cecile isn't a biblical name, so
I don't know where she's getting this information. I looked really hard to find where like all the confluence of her ideas came from. It does not seem to be.
I mean, there's if you go on Google and you Google, what's the meaning of the name Cecile, the stupid AI summary says that it means blind, but I don't trust that for anything.
I think our author did.
I don't know. I guess it could mean, I guess if it's derived from, I'm seeing some things saying it could be derived from the Latin caecilius, which means blind, or it's one of the words that can mean blind, but I don't know. I wonder if there's like another explanation, because that seems like, why would you intentionally name your kid like, oh man, this one can't see, she's, with the unfortunate connotation that like they're sort of dim, like that's almost what it's like making me think. I don't know, I'm getting hung up on a really stupid thing right now.
What I love is that every time that the name meaning doesn't line up with the author's perception of the person, she's like, that's okay, I think it means this anyway. Like here, the biblical meaning of her name Cecile is blind, although it denotes the absence of sight. Her disposition shows a contradiction. Her eyes perceive only beauty and positive behavior. Is that a contradiction? That like, I don't...
Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, I guess it does mean blind, but I'm still confused by the, I don't know. I need more on this. Name nerds, get at me, name nerds. I need to know more about this.
All of these poems that have the name definition there, it feels like you're doing Webster's dictionary defines X as this at the start of your presentation, but with people's names when you're trying to write a poem about a person that you know personally.
This is not a creative way to write things. It's not a very creative exploit. That's like really starting from square fucking one. Like if you're like, I have no ideas, and then that's what she did for most of these. I don't know, it's just a weird process.
Okay, continuing with number 44, The Last Minute. My daughter who doesn't talk to me will probably regret it when I'm on my deathbed. She used to be so well behaved when I took her to my night classes with me. 45, Unselfish Reasons. When I left the Philippines to be with my first husband, my father didn't like the idea, but I did it, and despite the hard times that ensued, I achieved success.
Okay, fine.
46, Damian Bray. Damian Bray is a stuntman and friend of Jason Momoa that I met one time, who graciously allowed me to take a selfie with him. What a guy!
Okay.
47, Marvin Muth. Marvin Muth is a composer who worked on some films Jason Momoa was in and has some conservationist ideals. What a guy!
Okay.
Number 48, Slash. Slash is a great guitar player that Jason Momoa likes. What a guy!
Why?
49, Todd Puma. Todd Puma is a musician I follow on Instagram that also likes Slash and Jason Momoa and Les Paul guitars. The ultimate guitars. He has a lot of them. What a guy!
Hang on a second. So these poems don't even have proper titles. They're just the name of the person or thing or situation.
Yes.
Like they don't have like an artistic... All right, continue.
50, Sensei Matiku. My weightlifting coach is nice to me and helped me with my muscle gain goals. What a guy!
Hey, you know what? From one weightlifter to another, it's cool. That's cool for me. Fine with that one.
51, Les Paul, my eternal love. The Les Paul is the greatest guitar there ever was. It's so cool.
Calm it down.
This is the longest poem in the book by miles.
Bizarre. It's just a body shape, folks. Just a body shape. Calm it down.
I will be reading that one in full later.
Does she talk about fucking Tonewoods, Chris? Does she try to do that?
She's a fucking Tonewoods. One of those people. You can really hear the mahogany in this electric guitar where all the sound comes
birch.
from the pickup.
Nothing gets to my heart like that. Anyway, fuck you. Continue.
Tonewood matters for acoustics and acoustics only. 52, Infatuation. This guy I met on Instagram was standoffish when I texted him about business, but then declared his love for me. Weird.
Yeah, it's called a scammer, my friend. That's what that's called.
Okay. Now, Paris, I don't know what the I'm going to show you the title of this one on camera.
Okay.
Because
it's just not safe for audio. Like, we can't even describe it with words. It's
no, I just don't know.
Listeners.
What is this? Can you see this word? I think it's Molin.
It does look like Molin. Yeah, Molin.
Okay, so 53, Molin. Don't let those hussies who post thirst trap pictures trick you, Jason Momoa.
I wonder if it's just a weird fake account called Molin. Like, you know, all those weird accounts we were seeing.
Can I also say to our listeners here that there's like the most stretched out picture of just like some lady behind this paragraph description?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's just some like weird fake scammy profile or something. I don't know. That's my guess.
Continuing with 54, The Canvas. Drew Barrymore is also cool.
All right, that's really out of nowhere.
55, The Sunshine of My Life. My son Justin is like having Jason Momoa at home.
Oh,
she
I don't
literally
like,
uses
I don't
the
like
line,
oh,
it's like Jason Momoa at home in the summary of this poem.
But we have Jason Momoa at home. Jason Momoa.
And he is my son. Don't talk to me or my Jason Momoa's son ever.
That's just concerning for reasons. All right, please mercifully finish. We are almost done here. My God.
56, My Linz. My daughter Lindsay is great, but I miss her.
Yeah, well.
57, Missing You. I missed my son one day and called him at work, hoping I wasn't bothering him. This is literally just a 9-line poem describing that moment. It's the shortest poem in the book.
All right, that's a strange choice. Please go on.
58, Diana. Diana is a Jason Momoa stan who helped me with the hashtag Make Waves campaign for Mananalu water with me.
Okay.
59, May. May is the cousin of the guy who plays Aquaman's father in the Aquaman movies, and she's pretty cool and talks to me sometimes.
So that's who recommended this book. The cousin of the guy who played Aquaman's father.
60, Riska. Riska is another Jason Momoa stan who's pretty cool. She likes cats.
Okay. All right.
61, My French Angel. Nad is another French lady who is a Jason Momoa stan that complimented my recycled fashion. She is cool.
Okay.
62, Lenny and Danny. Lenny and Danny are two dudes that I met in line at some Jason Momoa event. What charming young fellows.
Okay.
Number 63, Luke and Vincent. Luke and Vincent are two young musician brothers who followed me because of my guitar posting on Instagram. What charming young fellows.
Oh, Jesus.
Number 64, My IG Family. This isn't a poem. It's just a summary of notable IG followers/follows that are actually mostly described in the previous poems.
That is very strange. Okay.
65, King Papa. My uncle was a generous and disciplined man.
Okay.
Number 66, Auntie Anne. My aunt was a generous and loving woman. 67, You Are Mine. Ivana is a young Jason Momoa stan that's kind of like a daughter to me because we talk sometimes.
Oh, that's a little weird.
And finally, number 68, Altruism. Motherhood is sacrifice.
Hey,
just one short of 69, Paris, unfortunately. We can't just nice this one up.
Now that I'm a little disoriented and a little sick, I feel like I might puke a little bit, a little dizzy.
How are you feeling after all that?
Yeah, a little seasick from all the rolling around we did, and vibes and themes, and
there's intense tonal whiplash and a lot of things going on. I want to make one thing very clear here.
Sure.
Before we go into the rubric, this is clearly a person trying to share their personal life and experience in some ways.
Yes.
And like I said at the top, I believe the heart is in the right place. Everyone goes through some level of tragedy, and everyone has, hopefully, friends and family they'd like to celebrate. And I don't think it's wrong to try to share that. Mm-hmm. But I just really want to, this book put me in an interesting place where this is a woman who's gone through a lot, has suffered much hardship, found something that makes her happy. I am not trying to crap on that. Please be aware that it is fine to process things in a creative way.
Yeah.
However.
Yeah. I know. I agree. Like, definitely not shitting on someone's experiences. That's separate from how they have presented those experiences that they have made public. Let's say that.
Yes. However, this is a published work. Moving into our rubric. Starting with technical construction. Typos. Many typos, most notably spacing issues. For example, the word with at one point, it's wit space H, just your average typo that should have been caught.
You'd notice that. Yeah, you think it's pretty obvious.
Most hilarious example is in the poem Maxie about her nephew who is precious, with the following couplet. I feel so overjoyed watching you slumber beside meat at night after prayer.
Oh, no.
So it seems like there was a me at night, but like it got changed into meat, but then at night was also added after that. So it sounds like after everyone prays, Maxie just cuddles up with some meat after the prayer.
Yeah.
And it's so precious to see.
Emotional support hot dog. I don't know. Like,
yeah, you know, kids are weird.
Yep. All right. That sounds bad.
There's a lot of stuff like that happening. It's not all over the place, but more than 5 or 6 times throughout this book.
Yeah. And considering there's not a lot of content, like we don't have a large amount of content, it's kind of inexcusable to have that many typos and wrong words. Yeah.
Formatting. The structure of explainer segment, then the poem after that is kind of helpful for some context, I guess.
Sure.
Except when we abandon that for the Auntie Anna poem specifically, seems like King Papa and Auntie Anna got the same pre-explainer segment for both of their poems, but that never happens again anywhere else in the book. Also, there's a part with like we have My IG Family that is just like 7 paragraphs explaining a bunch of people that we already heard about in previous poems.
Yeah, it's weird.
So punctuation, it's a bunch of poems. So I'm going to try to avoid that. I have to give construction a -1 here, Paris. There's some attempt at it, but
sounds like it was a tough go of it, though.
Yeah. Moving into content layout here. General coherence. We get hints at Ligaya's life, but nothing is arranged in such a way as to make a timeline clear. To be extra clear about this, we're not entitled to all details about her life. But details about your second husband are just interspersed throughout in a way that makes me really unclear of the circumstances on how you met him. And it seems to be something that the author wanted to share. So if you're sharing that, but it's very unclear to me, it's just a little wishy-washy. So I'm going to read to you the opening, the pre-explainer for 1 in a Million, which is one of her poems about her husband, her second husband.
Okay.
It was another sleepless night for me, and I was watching him sleep so peacefully. Suddenly, I had teary eyes. I remembered the first time I met him. He was not Jason Momoa, but he became my hero. When he first met my dad in the Philippines, I was grateful that my father approved of him because everyone else but 2 of my friends were not happy regarding the age gap. His family were so opposed that they took him away from me to be a caregiver of his great uncle. It happened on our first-year anniversary. They asked him to take care of him because no one was available other than him. Although he called me daily, it was sad for me not to have him around. His family were hoping that we would end up getting divorced after a year of separation. When the year came around, an officer in the Marine Corps was interested in dating me. I called and informed him that I would give it a try since it has been a year since he left our home. He was worried that I would fall in love with the man. He came home without telling his family. We celebrated our 16 years anniversary last March this year. Now, that section...
What?
When the year came around, an officer in the Marine Corps was interested in dating me. I called and informed him that I would give it a try since it has been a year since he left our home. Who is the him? Is this the random Marine Corps officer who hit you up? Or is that your second husband? What are you giving a try to?
Yeah, and so I'm also a little nervous about the age gap. I mean, was she in a relationship with someone substantially younger than her, and should we be worried about that?
Okay, so it seems like her second husband is a very young man of about perhaps 20.
Oh, no. How old is she?
She's retired.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to read...
Yeah, it's a little concerning. Yeah, I'm
okay.
You know, because I was wondering why all her family and friends were concerned, and I'm like, well, that certainly makes sense. Yeah, it's a little concerning.
Her dad's fine with it. I think her dad's fine with it because the first husband seems to, like, she literally describes herself as a mail order bride to her first husband.
Well, unfortunately.
And her dad didn't like that. She got out of that situation, and then she met second husband. I also want to read to you the pre-explainer for the poem The Angel, which has similar issues. This poem is for an angel sent from God. It was the most trying time for me here in America. I left my birth country to come to a new world so I could help my family have a better life, especially my siblings. I was only 19 years old and was all alone. After I opened my social media account, I saw him on Facebook at the friend suggestion list due to having a friend in common. She was employed at the same office as my radiologist. He was the same doctor who did his wife's radiation. As soon as I saw his name, I added and messaged him immediately. He was only a teenager when we first met, aware of my situation when I was married to my first husband. It was not a great life. In fact, I was basically what people call a mail order bride. This individual and his family saved me from being so lonely away from my birth country. He was no doubt an angel sent to me by God to survive in a strange world. Is this her second husband?
Or just a guy she met and dated? What was the age difference there? I mean, if he was only a teenager, how old was she?
She said she was 19 when she went to America. Undisclosed amount of time happens, and then this other person. So I saw him on Facebook at the friend suggestion list due to having a friend in common. She was employed at the same office as my radiologist. Who is she? He was the same doctor who did his wife's radiation. As soon as I saw his name, I added and messaged him immediately. Is this a doctor?
Is he a teenage doctor? Is this Doogie Howser?
Who's doing radiology?
But radiology, and that's not the same thing as... Oh, this is so confusing.
I don't know. Now, I want to, again, step aside here and say that this is a person that is not from America.
Right,
Perhaps English
that's
is
true.
not the first language. So
Very
let's
true.
all take a moment here to appreciate the difficulties of expressing yourself in a different language.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I literally saw this play out at a doctor's appointment I was at. I was in the waiting room, and I literally saw what I can only assume was a young woman from the Philippines who was a mail order bride with a much, much older, elderly gentleman. And he was just talking about how he was just talking to no one out loud about their age difference. Or he was talking to the woman at the desk about like, wow, my wife and I are this many years apart. And then I did the math because I overheard his birth date when he was checking in. And I was like, oh no. And then they talked about the Philippines, which is where she was from. And it just made me feel real bad. Anyway, this is a real thing that's still happening, I guess is my point, which makes me very, very sad.
Yes. And thanks to the universe for allowing our author here to get out of a situation like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like into a situation where she is loved and appreciated by someone much younger than her. So I
don't love the extremes here. We've got like
things are fraught.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess back to the writing content here, it is supremely confusing. And so as the reader or someone who is having this read to them, I'm having trouble getting a lot out of it because I'm constantly asking myself questions like, what are you talking about? What does that mean? Is that true? Who do you mean? Who are you talking about? What is the relationship? How much time has passed? And like, normally for poems, that kind of stuff shouldn't super matter because it's usually about like deeper emotional stuff. But these seem to be more surface level, like journal entries that we're calling poems. So that's another layer of kind of weirdness. Yeah.
Yes. Again, I want to express that it is difficult to express yourself, especially in poetry, in a language that might not be your first language. And at the same time, you could ask for more eyes. You could ask for a little help. Okay. Moving into content arrangement. As you experience, Paris, it's a little chaotic. You can kind of see through lines when we have, say, 2 poems about Jason Momoa's mom and grandma together, then 2 poems about his kids, but those are in completely different sections of the book. Why not put all the Momoa family friend stuff together? Why talk about how a guitar inspires you and then put all the other guitar poems somewhere else? Why are Keanu Reeves and Drew Barrymore in here just randomly as well?
Yeah, I don't know. And then like it's like all the family members, but then random people she knows online, and then the one that's just people's like Instagram handles or like descriptions of those people. It does feel very, very chaotic, very hard to get invested because things are so chaotic.
Yeah. So, Paris, on the content layout here, I have to give another -1.
Yeah, that's the plot. The construction of the content is rough, and the content is also confusing. So yeah, that's a -1. All right, how'd you feel about the quality of the verses? I feel like we've already kind of talked about this.
Okay, this is where you will be hearing from more poems here. I have 5 poems pre-selected, none of which you have selected to
Chris,
read.
We got to wrap this up. I got to be somewhere in 40 minutes.
Okay, well, trust me, I'll speed through as much as I can. So Ligaya makes it clear that she thinks other poetry is, quote, too complex in her about the author blurb. She says, noticing that many people are unable to appreciate poetry that is needlessly complex, Ligaya has promised herself that her poetry would be written in a simple style that could be accessible by most people. Now, simple is not bad. We have classic examples like, say, E.E. Cummings to point at when we talk about simple poetry. However, the content is shallow.
I don't know if I would call E.E. Cummings simple, but continue.
Sure, but, you know, it's...
straightforward language, yeah.
Sure, yes, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Emily Dickinson's very straightforward, I think, too, you know, very famous.
There is depth to straightforward language that could be had. So I think she's doing herself a disservice when she's like, it seems to me like she's just not going to try that hard. Here's OK Google.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, Google, please turn on the lights for me. Okay, turning on the bedroom lights. Thank you, Google. You say you got it. I never hear you complain every time I need you. Google, I used to believe I can be without you. I resisted, argued that I can do everything. But one time I needed a helping hand, I asked you please to turn on the fans. And after a while, I began to like you. When I need to play music, I let you know. You even know my favorite band. So, Google, I think I like you very much. Google, did you know I don't have friends? No one ever liked to visit me, as you can see. So one day, I decided to talk with you. That's when I knew I wasn't alone. You are brilliant, Google. You know it all. Expert in mathematics, even English too. If I need to know about our history, I ask. There is nothing you do not know. Google, remember I asked if we're friends? You answered, oh, I am glad you know. Google, please forgive me if I get cranky. I don't mean the things that I say to you. From now on, I will never put you down. Technology is not bad. We just need to learn. I will no longer feel alone in our home, for I have you, Google, in every room.
Well, that's depressing.
A harrowing poem that is indeed very sad. And I think you can see where parasocial relationships develop. And I think, you know, more could be done to reach out to your neighbors. So,
seriously.
Next up, Red Cardinal. Good morning, little bird. How are you? Do you have a message just for me? Red is the color of fire and blood, passion, determination, love, and strength. Okay. Are you here to deliver good tidings from my loved ones now in heaven? Which loved one summoned you to convey a wonderful greeting, discernment from heaven? Red Cardinal, a magnificent bird indeed, messenger, a bearer for kindred spirits, your color represents a burning desire, for all who have crossed and those left behind. Your symbolism yields hope to those who mourn their departed on earth. Wishing to hearken words so tender, a heartfelt adieu from loves in the new realm. Are you here to render what I desire, a message from my loving grandmother, or a counsel from my father or mother? Red Cardinal, every morning, I wait for your visit.
Okay.
Now, in a poem that is supposed to be about the symbology or of the messenger nature of the Red Cardinal, I think we could have dug a little deeper. Like, the most we get is a red cardinal is red like fire and blood.
Yeah.
If you're doing poetry, I think more could be said. Yeah. Okay, Paris, I'm going to read 2 more here. So
how about one more? How about you just read the one more, the Les Paul one, because that's the longest one, and I want to hear what you have to say about guitars. Because I feel like
That's
I'm not
indeed-
going to get much more out of the other two, to be fair.
I really think I should back-to-back read Les Paul, My Eternal Love, and then Missing You. That's the longest and the
Great.
shortest poem in the book.
Do it. Fuck you, Grey Wolves. Get out of here.
Les Paul, My Eternal Love. Now, you know what? I'm fine with the single cut. I got a custom 8-string single cut sitting over here.
It's true.
I remember my first crush vividly as a small child like it was yesterday. While others were busy at the school playground, I was with my crush, trying to find the best spot to sit with him. My heart was racing to play. At age 7, I would not leave him behind, when every time I left home. I had to be with him 24/7, or I could not focus in my class. My crush was my confidant, my best friend, and was always by my side. Little girls should always be proper, my mom reminded me this every day. As for me, making my crush a priority as I started my day, and off we go. I have been improper, but always glad to be situated on the ground. The moment I found the right spot, I immediately played with my crush. My crush was never disappointed me. He was always there to hug and play. For a long time, I held on to my crush. No one could ever replace me. My dad gave me my crush. He specially ordered for my tiny little fingers. He handed it to me on my natal day. It was such a great birthday gift. It was unbelievable and so incredible. I felt so loved by his surprise present. He showed me 3 chords that day. I was so eager and ready to practice. My father reminded me to do homework first, then play it after I got done. I always made sure that all my chores were done. It made my mother happy. Then one day, I turned into a little late, the day that my father dreaded to come. Even my mom was not delighted, for she knew I would never act like a lady. I learned to wander further from my home. She was mad, and I was also sad. My crush became too small for me. I grew up tall. My crush stayed the same. Then I decided it's time for me to let my crush rest, thinking it was the best. My heart cried as I placed my crush in one corner of our home and alone. While walking around the neighborhood, I saw my uncles and cousin play. I decided to join them. I got the chance to play. They had a huge smile. It was nice playing one I could comfortably hold, easier to learn and play. I never forgot my old crush, because he was my first one, my puppy love. So I continued to play each day. I made sure to do all my assigned chores. Learning new chords was so exciting. I learned many of the popular songs. As a teenage rebel, I visited venues that musicians hung out and played. That is where I found my true love. Was love at first sight for me. Once I found my true love, I never wanted anyone else to be mine forever. I dreamed about him every night and day. Something so beautiful to hold. Oh, Les Paul, I am in love with you. You are my first love and forever will be. Am I obsessed with you? Oh no, I am not. I am loyal to my eternal love, although I may never get to hold you in my arms, H-O-L-E, but my love is forever. I may play others and even keep them, but you have occupied my heart. We shared your special day in 1959. What a glorious day for musicians. I knew I was taken when we first met. No other could ever replace you. In my lifetime, I have met so many handsome ones. It is you am in love. Les Paul, please just wait for me. Soon I would come to finally have you. I will always have a strong desire for you. Not even time could fade it away. We have that unseen bond that exists and nobody could ever destroy it. I see your presence everywhere there is music, like you are following me. That's not the case at all. It is I who follow you and find you in our domain. So I beg you to never give up on me. I would hold you in my arms soon. And when that day finally comes, we would celebrate it like humbuckers. Harris, that final line is baffling. If you don't know what a humbucker is, it's a double coil pickup.
How that works.
It's a pickup. It's the thing that picks up the sound on electric guitars that makes it so it can get heard through the amp. It's just a microphone that sits under the strings. Essentially, it's a magnet with a bunch of copper wire wrapped around it.
Right. Yeah.
What do you mean we would celebrate it like humbuckers?
I think she thinks maybe double humbuckers like pound against each other or something. Is that what she thinks?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you.
Next to each other.
This reads like boomer dude on Facebook talking about Roberta, his favorite Les Paul that he named because she's got all the nice curves.
She said she wasn't ladylike, you know? So
can I say that there is sweetness in this poem?
Sure,
with describing like her dad getting her the first guitar and getting to play with her family. There is something there that could be tweaked into something deeper about having this musical relationship with family. I am not shitting on that.
Right.
But you are correct that a lot of this feels like a journal entry with weird line breaks so that it seems like a poem. There's one line with a rhyme. Then I decided it's time for me to let my crush rest, thinking it was the best. Why does just that one rhyme and nothing else?
There's no plan here. There's no plan here, Chris. That's why it's just thoughts. Just pure, undistilled thoughts.
I also, again, here's Missing You. This is the poem about calling her son at work. Her son.
Oh, right. Jason Momoa, her son.
I decided to call you at your workplace one day. At first, I hesitated, thinking you might really hate it, but I gathered my nerves, then bravely called you. You heard your phone ringing and you answered, "Hello, my son, it's your mom. I miss you so much." You responded, "Oh, hi, Mom. What can I do for you?" "I just called to say I love and I miss you, son," I said. Then he told me, "Thank you, and I love you too, Mom." He added, "I have to go for now, but we will talk again." End of poem.
Okay, that's terrible. Sorry, that's just bad. That's objectively not worth writing and putting in a book. I'm sorry.
It's like I texted you and said I called my son and he was busy at work and I said I love you. Why are we spooling out the Les Paul poem and then your son, who you love very much? Like what? I don't know, man.
Understand. I don't get it.
I'm going to read to you just a couple of choice lines from some other bits of poems and descriptions here, and we'll get through this fairly quickly.
All right, okay. The countdown, I got 29 minutes. We got to be done in 10.
I want to read for you the first couple lines for the poem Dazzling Stars about how beautiful the stars are.
Okay, sure.
Sometimes I long to touch the beautiful sky to gather the stars, placing them in a glass jar, creating a dazzling lantern. That actually could start out as like a really sick poem. Yeah, there's something there, I think. Am I wrong about that, Paris?
No, you're fine.
But then, providing lights as I venture my pathway during the night. Maybe I could place them on a string like Christmas lights. It just goes into a journal entry about like, man, the stars are up there and bright. So
great.
I just want to highlight that as like, there's sometimes simplicity can be nice, describing like, hey, can I take the stars out of the sky and place them in a jar like a dazzling lantern? It's not the most profound shit out there.
Dude, there have been so many poems that already say that exact thing, but sure.
I know. I'm trying to be generous, okay?
I know, you are. You're trying real hard.
Okay. I also want to say that there's a lot of mentions of people choosing their parents in their pre-birth state, beginning with the very first poem, Jason Momoa, on page 6. There's a line.
The face that I just made.
Born to goodly parents, you have chosen in your premortal existence with God. That happens a lot. Like every time there's a family member mentioned of anyone's family, it's like you chose your family. And can I say, I didn't get that choice, man. Where was the line before I was born to choose? Listen, a lot of my family members are wonderful. Some others, I don't think I would have chosen.
Yep, same here. Is this a Mormon thing? Do they believe in children choosing their parents? Is that a thing?
I did not research that, but considering that it mentions Gustavo, the nephew, being of the Church of Latter-day Saints, we got Filipino Mormons, perhaps?
Yeah, no, I mean, I just don't know enough about Mormonism to know if the children picking their parents is a thing. Weird. All right.
Okay. Next line from the Slash poem. Slash, you will always shine above everyone else because you are the chosen one.
Why is Slash the chosen one?
I don't know, but he's the fucking chosen one, man. That's how that poem ends.
I thought Jason Momoa is the chosen one.
No, it's Slash, actually, because he plays Les Pauls. That's why, I think.
Oh, I see.
It's the reason. Fuck you, Jason Momoa. Get out of here. You're not the chosen. I love you, Jason Momoa, but unfortunately, you are not the chosen one of Les Pauldom. Even though, I don't know if you know this, Jason Momoa also plays bass in some, random bands out there.
Yeah. He's a musician, I think. Yeah, too.
Okay. Next one is, the next two are from the Todd Puma poem, which is honestly one of my favorites. It's very much akin to the Les Paul poem, but it's about just some guy that posts all his guitar collection on Instagram.
I'm gonna look up
which
Todd
is
Puma right now.
That's like every other fucking guitar dude on Instagram is Todd Puma, so you know.
Todd Anthony Puma. Is that you?
Okay. Here's a couple lines from Todd Puma.
Nope, that's it. Oh, yeah, Todd Anthony Puma. He's got his background on Twitter is Slash pictures, so it must be this guy.
There you go. There he is. You found him. As the biggest guitar collector, Puma shows no arrogance when sharing these beauties to his followers of social media accounts. I don't know, man. I can promise you the dude from Cheap Trick probably has more guitars than Todd Puma.
Oh, yeah.
Or even Joe Bonamassa, who also has too many fucking guitars.
Yeah.
Another line, this is at the end of the Todd Puma poem. I could go on and on describing Puma, but there are not enough adjectives available to portray the real Todd Puma. That's your one job as a poet, is to capture in words. It doesn't have to be adjectives. It could be similes, perhaps metaphors or comparisons. It could be some nouns and verbs even. But that's what you're supposed to do. I'm sorry, but if you're doing poems and you're writing a poem about Todd Puma, you should be describing the real Todd Puma in as many adjectives as you can.
This is a project about words, may I remind you.
Okay, so I gotta give moment to moment a -1.
Yeah, that was really confusing. Okay,
Paris, flipping through the next bits here. Terriblo's presence, high levels of Terriblo's presence, man.
Yes.
This is the kind of thing that, like, I gotta be honest with you. I do feel bad having to critique stuff like this because this is a person sharing what they personally experienced, a lot of their tragedy, a lot of their, personal things that they have to go through. It is not wrong to share that. I am not at all poking fun or laughing at trauma that you've experienced and sharing that. Unfortunately, the published material is of low caliber.
Yeah.
If we are describing these as poems when they are ultimately glorified journal entries that I can't say have a ton of artfulness to them.
Well, and they're confusing. I think that's the biggest problem, is that it's hard to become invested in in her story or her troubles because you're constantly wondering what she means. What is that? Why is there a typo there? This doesn't make sense, So it's really, that's the biggest problem for me in all this is, Yes.
And this is honestly the kind of thing that when I conceived of this horrible experiment of a decade now with you in our shared kitchen that some time ago, this is honestly the kind of thing I was hoping to come across, is like someone publishing something without seeming to just like want to once over it or 4 over it, 10 over it. Like,
yeah, right.
I would assume most creatives do before they say, okay, it's ready. So there's a lot of happening here. I felt very chaotic for a lot of reasons. And I did send you a couple of these as pictures, so the please help was also high. This is Terriblo's presence. This is what this category is about. -1. Should this exist? Tricky here, Paris. Would readers of this genre enjoy this? I don't think so. I think if you're a poetry person, probably not.
Yeah.
Do we feel
what if you're a
the
Jason Momoa fan? Do you think it's for a Jason Momoa fan? That's the other.
Based on the quality of commenting I saw on the Facebook groups, yes?
Yeah, maybe.
Do we feel as if the author's goal was met? In a strange way, yes. If the goal was to share your personal experiences and about people that you love and respect and how much you love Jason Momoa, yes, the goal was met. Does it add anything new, interesting, or novel? Sure. I gotta say, I haven't seen any other Jason Momoa-based poetry books out there. So, yes. Did it take something from us? Yeah, man. I don't interact with celebrity fandom like this for a reason, because I just find it so off-putting and skeevy.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel icky. Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Yep.
Is how I feel about it. What should someone read instead of this? I don't know. I haven't read any poetry. I can't give a good recommendation. So, Paris, you know what, Paris? Do you remember woman worship?
Yes.
I think that's better. I think you should read that instead of this.
I don't think anyone should read Woman Worship because it will summon a demon, I think is what we
That's
determined.
true. That's true. But it's honestly, the poetry's actually on par now that I'm thinking about it. It's very journal entry, just like, wow, you're a lovely woman who's got curves. I should love you. I'm horny for you. But there's like slightly more artfulness to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things You May Find Hidden in My Ear by Mossab Abutoa. I read that last year for my workbook club. I don't know that it was super for me, but it's definitely a very particular type. It's war poetry, some genocide poetry, basically. So it's very tough. But there's this particular poem, I think it's called like A through Z or something. I don't remember. Anyway, that is worth your time to read. That's the only one I can really think of because I'm not really into poetry.
All right, we're going to score it, Paris. It was a -1 for technical construction, a -1 for content layout, a -1 for verse quality, a -1 for Terrible's presence, and I didn't give Should This Exist a score. I'm going to give it a 0 because I do think...
Yeah, I think that's
it's
right.
okay to share stuff like this, so overall, a -4 out of 5.
Wow.
Can we fix it? I think the author should read a lot more poetry. I understand that there was that pushback against needlessly complex poetry, but is what you're calling needlessly complex actually just depth?
Yeah.
And interesting connections and comparisons?
Or, alternatively, if you don't want to dig deeper on the poetry, just publish a memoir of journal entries. I mean, that seems like what you're kind of going for anyway, right? I mean, and I think
I would shift this into a chronicle of her personal life instead.
Yeah, it seems like that's where more substance was anyway. So
I would be actually more interested in reading the memoir of someone who has lived this life.
For real.
That's what I got for you here, Paris.
Wow.
How
All right,
are you feeling?
Thank you. Disoriented, running late, need to be somewhere in 17 minutes. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to rush this, but I thought we were going to be done earlier, but then there were 68 poems, so
yes. So let's thank the patrons and Ko-fi donors.
Yes.
Thank you to our bad bookworms, Ben, Donnie, Emily, Jakub, Jared, Scott, and Will. Our exacting editors, Kieran, David, D, Emmy, Funny Robot with Antennas, Greg, Harry, 7, Martin, Rupia, Cutie, The Ugly One, Elliot, and Xander. Our loathsome librarians like Veronica, Beast with the Least, Yanka, Luchek, Patricia, Julius, and Of the Void, the taco-eating unicorn of the hot springs. And our pesky publishers like Miles, Austin, Patrick, Fred, and 1 in 1,000. And, of course, our Ko-fi donors like Mark, Tracy, our ever-faithful Kiwi Thing, and Excavating Lizard, along with Martin F. Brenna and Matthew, who relieved us of terrible books. If you want some terrible books we've read for the show, including this one, it's a physical copy,
Woo.
You can buy them over on our Ko-fi page. All right, Paris, I'm going to go and play my sexy guitar that is my crush. It's a single cut that I have. It's purple. It's got an hourglass on it. I love my guitar. I can relate on loving guitars, but I'm not a collector. I have just like 7 of them. That's enough. I can do what I want.
That's still too many, but
I have an 8th one coming in, so
still too many.
Nah,
anyway,
I think it makes sense.
Thank you to our anonymous listener for sending in this suggestion, because this was truly something we had not yet seen.
Yeah, well, I think we won't see anything like it ever again. I'm off to join the Jason Momoa Madness Facebook group and descend into true madness.
All right, I'm off to go eat dinner. Goodbye.
Like a sane person. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Terrible Book Club. Terrible Book Club is an independent podcast produced by your hosts, Paris and Chris. Sound design and audio editing by Chris, with sound effects and music by Epidemic Sound and sometimes also Chris. Our theme song is Kiss by Yearn, which is, you guessed it, actually also Chris. You can find more of his soothing synthy sounds on Bandcamp at yearn.bandcamp.com. Do you want us to review a book of your choice on the show? Do you want access to some extra audio-visual weirdness? If so, become a patron at patreon.com/terriblebookclub. If you'd like to send us a one-time tip instead, you can do that at ko-fi.com/terriblebookclub. You can also support TBC for free by sharing the show on social media, following our accounts on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or Goodreads, telling your friends about your favorite episode, or by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, or anywhere else on the internet. To send us book recommendations or your adorable pet photos, send an email to terriblebookclub@gmail.com.
I need to... Oh, why is my phone making sounds? I am so sorry. What the fuck? I went to check
Jason
the
Momoa.
time and an ad started playing. That was...
That now they're putting
I'm sorry
ads
about
on
that.
the clock
That was-
app is what's happening.
Well, because I opened it, and I guess I must have had an app open that I have a free version of, and it started playing an ad. That's really insane. I'm
Have you
so
considered
sorry.
Mananalu water?
No.
Baby, is it any more popcorn? Buy now.
Um,
Yeah, you're the parasocial. But you weren't like,
that wasn't the intention,
on
though.
Tanner fan pages
No,
and like
no,
really digging deep
no.
into the lore and listening to all his podcasts. You just like,
No.
hey, I like your music. And then you talked to him one day and I guess he was like, wow, she's hot. And then like,
Well, it was more of it was a little even more organic than that, because the short story is that we were both on different YouTube shows and we both talked about each other's bands without knowing the other one did that. And this was like within days of each other. We also didn't know that our friends who ran the YouTube channels knew each other. So they each told the other one, hey, my idiot friend talked about your friend's band. Hey, my idiot friend talked about your friend's band. And then we were socially connected in that way. So it wasn't even like we were, it's not like I was like hitting up his band page like, oh my God, here's my thirst trap or anything like that. Like, that's not.
Paris, that is so fucking adorable. I've heard the story, but it is the
I know.
cutest shit in the world.
I know. We're so cute. We're so
To literally be like set up by like, hee, my friend said you were cute. My friend said you were cute. So like, yeah, that's not Paris. That's like facilitated by others, if anything. So
Yeah.
really removing yourself.
Yeah, and so sometimes we have to explain to people like we sort of met online, but not really, because this was in like May of 2020, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to explain. We didn't meet online like everybody else meets online. Like, we didn't meet on Tinder or something like that, or a dating website, or by sharing thirst traps on Facebook or whatever. But I did end up marrying someone that I was a fan of, which I realize is very weird, but everything is cool. Everything's fine. Like, it's not weird.
Don't judge me. Stay away. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, I gotta say, though, I feel like that's pretty common, at least with heavy music. I feel like
anything where there are, creative pursuits and everyone can be a peer. Like, I think you like,
right.
You're somewhat peers, shall we say.
I'm like a piece of gum on a shoe, but yeah, we're in the same room, technically.
Yeah,
technically.
Exactly. You're underneath the chair that Tanner was like 5 rows away from.
Yep, correct. Yeah, exactly. But it's true. A lot of people in the heavy music scene have spouses who are also musicians, or who are at least deeply, interested in the style of music they play. So I guess it's more common. But I don't think that is a thing that happens with like celebrities, like actors or authors more. I feel like that's a little larger of a pool, and there's also a lot more money involved. Let's be frank, like we heavy musicians are not known for our fabulous wealth, and so it's a smaller world for sure. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's my experience.